things, you need to sell some of them. You're wasting all your time and money on models. Paint what you have.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Model Club TV, episode 12. He's laughing at me. What a jerk.
You're like staring into the camera so intently like you never do, but that's okay. Go ahead.
Hey, we'll give it a try. Maybe it's a better opening. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Model Club TV. Where's your 12? Did you do your 12?
I didn't do my 12. It looks stupid. We thought it was Roman numerals. So
yeah. It didn't work. Anyway, Scott, how are you?
Good. Episode 12, The Dirty Dozen.
Dude, that's a lot. I can't believe we made it this far. I was thinking most podcasts and all this stuff do like an end of the year roundup kind of show. And I didn't even think about that until like 20 minutes before we started recording today. So I think like next year, what would be cool to do is do like a best of show, like best kits of the year, maybe. I don't know. What do you think? Tough?
You're assuming I'll still be on board.
I hate you. I
Oh.
hate you. Something
we have
like
the
that.
Christmas tree though. We have
do
the
have a
Christmas
Christmas
episode. See, I'm decorated.
Nice.
So my wife kept bringing Christmas decorations in here and laying them on the desk over here on this side.
Like to get rid of them or to hide them or to
no,
like
because
decorate
she thought I
your room?
might like it decorated in here. And so the first was the Charlie Brown Christmas tree, but I don't really have room for it because you can't see it, but right over here is my laptop and then my other monitor. So there's not really room here. So I said, no, that's too big. It'll get in my way, And so then she brings this little Snoopy ornament that I just hung up on the knob of my thing. So I'm like, okay, that'll make her happy. I'll put something up. And I come in the next day and this Christmas tree is on my desk. And I'm like, and what's funny is she had put that outside. And I said, if you put that outside, it's going to get broken.
Dude.
And, so she brought it and I was like, I'm going to take it back out to her, but I set it up on the printer there. And I said, oh, you know what? That'll look nice on the,
It does
Christmas.
look nice. It looks very festive.
Festive.
My whole house is like that. Like a blow mold just appears here. Then another blow mold appears over there. And they're not outside. I'm trying to talk quietly so I don't get yelled at from upstairs. And then there's a vintage display now instead of a Christmas tree. There's all this. Yeah, it's good times. And it's the exact opposite of what my house used to look like a long time ago. But anyway, I digress. So next year, we need a list, best of list. So I did get in this Facebook group that I wanted to talk about real quick. And I'm like really bad at joining groups lately. And then this week I just saw a bunch that were suggested to me and I just joined them. Just joined them. And one of them is the Garage Kit Compendium. And it almost feels like it replaces Buckwheat's site. Because it's just picture, who made it, information, done. So it's pretty cool. So on Facebook, check that one out. And that might come in handy next year if we do a top 10 kits of the year. But I want to do something like that. Or the dumbest moments on this stupid podcast we do, which might be like...
Could happen right now.
It could be the whole thing, like 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Entire episode.
Yeah, people will be, I can't watch 24 hours of that.
Oh, wait. Oh, I also did get a cool email that from YouTube, and it just did our stats for the year so far. It was like an end of the year compilation of stats. Maybe I'll bring that up later in the show, but just some nuts and bolts things. This episode, we had planned to have Terry and David on. We're still waiting for them to get some stuff together on their end, and we just couldn't wait any longer, so that's why this one's a little bit late. It normally would have come out today when we're recording this, and it probably won't come out. Actually, it would have came out 4 days ago. But we were waiting for them, and we're still waiting for them because there's some magazine announcements we want them to go over. So Terry and David will be on as soon as they can, and we'll do that when we can.
Okay.
What other nuts and bolts do we have? There was something else. We're boring people already. Wonderfest. What do you think?
I heard today, and again, it's, I heard on the news, so who knows? But I did hear one doctor said they should have enough vaccines have everyone vaccinated by June. So
that'd be cool.
if that's the case and the vaccination starts to knock the numbers down combined with whatever else, then yeah, I think hopefully we'll be okay. I know you mentioned a convention that was canceled.
Yeah, I
Correct?
just Adepticon, and I had talked to somebody yesterday about it that knows the organizers, and they kind of had the same thing happen that Wonderfest did. They were almost completely wiped out by having to cancel. Like they weren't going to be able to put the show on if people
Mhm.
didn't kind of donate their money and keep it going. So they just canceled again for this year, which allowed them to kind of roll some more money over instead of losing money again 2 years in a row. So I don't know. I hope it goes well for shows. The other thing is, are people going to want to travel? I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I hope it happens. And that's coming up. Speaking of which, when moving things earlier, I found an old Wonderfest program. I know you said you had this one. This is one you have signed, right?
Yes, I have that signed by Jason Walker. And no,
You dummy.
kidding. I have that signed by Ray Harryhausen. And
But it's got a cool monster scene thing in there. It's got all the guests. I mean, it's a great walk down memory lane from 1996. Even model kit prices. It's pretty crazy. But I was just moving some magazine runs. I'm like, oh, we're about to record. Put that on there.
well, if I remember, didn't they used to give you a little goodie bag when you walked in the door? Like,
Remember the days of the goodie bag?
Yeah.
Now it's here's your badge and
Your badge
have fun.
and everything you want's over in that table. And if it's cool, someone will grab the whole pile of them and you'll never see it. So,
I've never done that. Never done that.
but yeah, but that's okay. You know what? That stuff started to take up room as
Yeah.
well. So I do have the flyer. I won the name the mascot contest, and I got named in or they named her in the flyer. Something I forgot if they mentioned me in the flyer or something. But
Wait, what? You named the mascot?
I named the mascot. Yeah, I got a free. I think I don't know if it was the whole weekend. I
Wait,
think so for a hotel. Yeah,
what mascot?
the little dinosaur, the little pterodactyl.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that puppet they used to have.
No, this
Nestor
was
the
after
Wonderfester.
the puppet.
Oh, okay.
There was a little like pterodactyl, Dimorphodon. So my name was Dimorphodana.
There, the puppet. That's me
There's the
getting an
puppet.
award.
That was
but there's
Nestor.
yes.
Yes.
Nestor the Wonderfester. I
That's
had this
correct.
picture sitting there. And there's Bob Burns giving me my stupid award. Look at my long hair. Look how luxurious it was.
No, I don't want. Wait, go back to the picture, please. That's you, really?
That's
Because I
me.
was just kidding. I was going to say that's a nice dress you had on there.
That's a flannel title. I hate you. All right.
Okay, look at it again.
It does kind of look like a dress. It's a flannel. It was
Not
the
that there's
90s.
anything wrong with that. Okay.
I have worn skirts though. Not surprising, I'll bet.
No, it's really not. Pants are overrated.
This skirts
Keep
are
that up.
awesome. I'm not even kidding. I understand the kilt. After wearing a skirt in my goth days a couple times, slightly Hellraiser looking, like that kind of stuff. I am gonna get tore up for this. I need
This
to
is going to
shut
be
up.
great.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
Phil,
I
are
shut
you
up.
listening?
Phil, yes.
Anybody?
Oh man. So today's episode, since Terry and Dave weren't here, we don't have a topic. It is going to be a just kind of news and reviews kind of show. I think the other thing about December episodes from here forward, we may only do one because I forgot there's a holiday involved and people go places. And so we'll try and get another one in this month if other stuff happens, but we'll see. It's going to be tough. I'm leaving for a week.
We'll try to make
somewhere.
this one quick.
Yeah, we'll try and make this one fast.
Maybe I'll just
So-
record on my own without you. See how that goes.
Yeah, I would like to see how that goes, actually.
I would. I'd love to see how that goes because you're expendable.
I know you are. You're trying to get rid of me. One of these days, I'm going to get murdered in my sleep, and it'll be you. And the last
and-
thing I see will be your
Me
grinning.
and Jamie.
Anyway, so news and reviews kind of time. We're going to start off with, again, another sad news item. Charles Kibbe passed away from COVID this week, and I think I met him once. I know his face. I know a lot of people do know him very well. and a lot of people are pretty upset by it. So, sucks. More of us leaving again, and condolences to his family, condolences to the hobby, and it's just another voice you won't hear at Wonderfest, and it sucks. And
Yeah, and there was a GoFundMe page. I don't know if it's still up or not.
okay, if it is still up and we can get it, we'll throw it in the comments
But
below.
there was a GoFundMe page for
Mhm.
his family to help pay bills and stuff while he was hospitalized. And I know I had given something prior, to his passing. So yeah, really sad. I know he was a moderator over on Jesse's board, but you never really heard him say or do much as far as outwardly. So he was probably pretty good at it
Yeah.
because,
Yep.
so I don't know much. I'm like you. I knew the face, and
It's fun, and like and again, it's one of those weird things how the hobby kind of is. There's your little pockets of people, and you
Mhm.
kind of see people, and you don't talk to those people. You talk to this little group of people, and then you just kind of know them from seeing them around. So it's sad day as always. We had somebody we know pass away this week too from it. So it's been sucky, but we'll get through it. To lighten the mood, we are going to do our giveaway. Dun dun dun! Our second giveaway.
Second giveaway. Did
So
you ever
this
hear
is-
from Roger? Did you ever hear back from Roger?
No,
Okay, Roger.
not that
We're
I think
watching
of.
you.
I hope he got it.
Watching you.
I hope he got it. Unless I missed an email, but I don't think I did. I want to see that Pennywise painted. I definitely do. This is our kit from Troy, the House of Wax kit. We did a lot of entries, and I got something better than an envelope. So
Wow.
here we go.
Was it an envelope or was it a baggie last time?
What's up, Becky? So here we go. Not looking. I have it.
And the winner is
The winner is 387005. Lee Atkinson is our winner of the House of Wax kit. And so no one thinks I'm lying. There's Lee Atkinson's name. We'll get that off to you this week before I leave town for a bit. So congratulations. That's great. And thank you, Troy. And Shadow Creations for that kit to give away. And that's headed your way, Lee. What do we do with Larry's giveaway?
we give it away.
Do we just pull out of that?
No, because there were people waiting that like I know Trevor wants that
Wants the Biolante? Okay, so
we're gonna have to do it the same way.
Same way. To modelclubtv@gmail.com. Send us a email for the Biolante giveaway from Larry Brackney. Again, check him out on Instagram. He's got some cool stuff on there. But we'll do that this episode and give that away next time. So yep, new entries for that one. Where is it?
Where is
Hold,
it?
please.
Did you lose it? If you lost mine. Wow, what a great shot of the back of your head. I hope you
I'm gonna
can
go
edit
grab the
that.
painted one. Hang on.
Probably going to put his skirt on. Yeah. Because that's what he does. And again, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Do 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 do. So what do y'all think about him calling the Beatles overrated?
Got it.
He'll never leave that in.
That's gonna be a lot to edit.
I know, especially
Big
since
chunk.
I was talking the whole time.
Oh, I hate you. Good. I can't wait to see what you said. Probably. Anyway, Larry's Biolante. So here we go. The 3D printed one. I got it. This is the painted one going to Scott. But we'll send that one out to our lucky winner this time. Again, at Model Club TV. No, modelclubtv@gmail.com. Send us an email. I'm out of breath from running upstairs. Okay.
Probably would have been better if you had your skirt on.
Yes, it would have.
Probably.
All right. As far as reviews go, this episode, we're going to just, A lot of stuff we've seen this week. Hey, we talked a while back about Star Wars Squadrons, the game. How you doing? You got it. You told me.
No, I haven't even touched it.
Are you serious?
No, I just got so frustrated with the damn thing.
It's hard.
That, I couldn't pilot it at all.
So a friend of mine said the same exact thing. So here's the thing. You're playing with controller, right?
Yep.
I'm playing with a joystick and a throttle. So it makes it like, I think it's a lot for me personally, just because I've been playing that kind of game forever. It's a lot easier. Like you're actually flying the thing, but please stick with it. It's pretty good. We need to do a live stream pilot the two of us play.
That would be great.
Game and get that on there and record it. But yeah, so Star Wars Squadron. So let's go on to other news and stuff. Resin Maniacs, let me pull that up. Resin Maniacs. Ultimate Bus Contest is coming up. I think they pushed back their other contests they were doing, but the Ultimate Bus Contest is still happening. I think you have to have your entries in by, I think, the 24th of December. So head over to Resin Maniacs and check that out if you're doing that.
Resin Maniacs?
Resin Maniacs.
Okay, Resin Maniacs.
Resin Maniacs.
Raisin
Maniacs is what I do with my trail mix.
That's a whole different.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's a beautiful bust.
Yeah, it's a cool bust. It really is. What else?
Also,
yeah.
I think Blackheart and I know Cult TV Man. I'm trying to think if there were some others. There are some people running some random holiday sales. So if you're looking for garage kits for gifts for your family to get you.
Yeah. Don't buy your wife one.
Oh, and also on news. Here, we'll call this news, I guess. Okay. I did get my your Army exclusive access. Does everyone see that? Exclusive access. Okay. So I talked to those guys and I found out January 1st they are going to open it up again for membership and for another 200 openings if they get that many. I don't mean that sarcastically. I just mean, if there's that many people that still want to join. And I was told there's going to be 10 random gold cards. And if you receive one of the gold cards, you will be able to get a discount, I believe, on the next Jaeger Classic that Jeff releases from John, one of John's kits. And then I think there's also going to be 10 silver cards as well, like chase cards. So that's
cool. So like Willy Wonka style.
If I screwed that up at all, I'll fix it on the next episode. But yeah.
In the corrections segment.
In the correction.
Did you have anything else you wanted to announce about that?
Yes, on December 25th, Christmas Day. And this is a relevant day. That's all I can say. Jeff's going to post pictures of his next release through Gilman Productions, and it will also probably be on the Figure Model Kit group that Paul runs as well on Christmas Day. So
cool.
Check that out.
Very cool.
I know what it is, and it sounds cool. So we'll see.
How do you know?
Because I'm the talent. Because I talk to people, and
that's true.
So
the cold hard truth, Hermit Jason.
Cold hard truth.
You're right. All right. All right. Enough said. So check that out on December 25th, Christmas. New announcement. Jaeger Army. Cool. Yep. Do you see any movies? Because I saw one. Saw a couple things.
I've nothing worth sharing. I watched a few Christmas movies with the wife.
Did you watch Fat Man?
No. What did I watch? It was with Ryan Reynolds and Anna Faris.
He's a hunk. He's one of those hunks.
Was it Love Actually or something? I don't know. She was like this rock star and he was her agent. And there was a scene where she was all messed up on painkillers and she was eating toothpaste. And she like tries to lick him, and the toothpaste is pouring out of her mouth. I don't know. It was,
all right.
It was a romantic comedy chick flick, but
sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes.
The wife's on her annual watch every version of Christmas Carol she can. And she's already watched two of my favorites without me, which is the Patrick Stewart one and the George C. Scott one. Um,
Christmas Carol's good. My favorite and this kind of doesn't fit. It does fit. Is Scrooged with Bill Murray. I love that movie and cry.
Now she said today about that movie, and I said I'm not watching that because it's another stupid Bill Murray.
No. It's good. I love that movie. Which, you know what? We could bring this up. We're going to save this a little bit till later. John Dennett he's got that really cool line of busts going with like Wizard of Oz and a bunch of other stuff. So if you're in for some really cool busts from John Dennett, he's got a really good line. But his Bob Cratchit just came out and it looks pretty good. I have some pictures here. Also, our old pal, Charlie Robson.
The ex-president.
Yeah, I think Charlie's disappeared off our tongues for a while. I haven't gotten an email, but I was scrolling around looking at stuff, and I came across this build-up that Charlie did, and it is really cool. It's Jacob Marley, and he lit the eyes and added some real cloth around his head and chain and stuff. That is a really cool build-up, Charlie, and we're going to share it here because I think a lot more people need to see it. It's really cool. But Charlie, we miss you, man.
It is. Yeah, I remember when Charlie used to talk good about us. Now he doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, we've escaped his lips. You know, he keeps blaming the kid too.
Yeah.
You know?
My kids.
And the kid likes Model Club. I know it. So
all you got to do is like put a bottle in the crib, right? And they're good for like a couple days. That's how that works.
Yeah, and a couple episodes of Model Club. Who won't sleep through that?
Exactly.
Okay.
But yeah, Charlie, great job on this kit. It's really cool.
Should we backtrack to now the movies you've seen?
So we're gonna go back to movies because that was it fits movies.
Because you got a little off subject there, but that's okay.
That's okay. I saw Underwater finally. Have you heard of that? I know you haven't seen it, but have you heard of it?
No.
No, man. So
what is this on?
This brings me to another topic. The reason I finally saw it is that I signed up for HBO Max finally. Reason being, I heard they're going to be releasing all of the WB movies that were supposed to come out at the theater this year are going to be coming out between now, starting with the new Wonder Woman movie on Christmas Day, and then King Kong versus Godzilla, Dune, the new Matrix movie. Like all the movies they had slated for the theater are now coming out on HBO Max for like a weekend or something. And then they go to the theaters exclusively and then come back to streaming later. And you know my track record with the movie theater, so I was like, I'm in. If I can watch King Kong versus Godzilla at home and not have to worry about it.
So, you can, if they show those, you can DVR them probably, right, and watch them.
No, because it's not through your cable. It's through that app.
Oh, you got to stream
specifically. Yeah, you got to stream it. So, although I did sign up through Comcast. You still have to sign up for the app. They don't have a direct app through Comcast yet, which is our cable provider. But there's a lot of good stuff on there. I'm getting caught up on Westworld again. And
what is that? $16.99, $12.99? What was it?
Yeah, it's like $16. It's $15. Yeah, it's $15 a month for if you get it by itself, I think there's a discount if you pay in advance. But
well, you know. $300 a month I pay to Comcast now isn't
I know, what the heck? Me too. All right, this turned a bitching episode. But so far it's worth it. Like there is a ton of cool stuff. I'm getting caught up on Curb Your Enthusiasm, which I've missed since I got rid of HBO, and a bunch of other stuff. But Underwater was on there, and Underwater is a pretty good movie.
It's like something my wife would like.
Yeah, it's a monster movie, Underwater. There's a really cool kind of twist in there for I don't want to give it away. I think everyone kind of knows already at the end what it is. But there's a pretty famous monster in that movie. And Kristen Stewart's in it. I know she's not on my team, but I love her. She's pretty smoking hot.
I don't know. You do wear skirts.
I know. You suck. She actually looks just like an ex-girlfriend of mine, like in there, which is was kind of creepy watching it, but
I'm just gonna let that go.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I gotta say that softly too. Hopefully, I don't think she watches this anymore.
Man,
So I
you've
think
been
we're
getting
good.
beat at home, haven't you? I mean, you've been getting your ass beat, haven't you?
I
'Cause
know.
you are
So-
like really scared tonight.
I am.
I'll say whatever I want. I'll yell right now. I'll call my wife out right now and say, "Hey, I'm gonna come in there and whoop your ass."
And scene, bullet to the back
Not
of
home.
Scott's head. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, but in terms of like kit potential, there are some really cool monsters in there. The suits, the underwater dive suits that they wear are really, really cool. Like they look a lot like the original Alien suit with the helmet, with the like real big helmet, glass helmet part, and real mechanical kind of looking. There's some cool stuff in that movie, and definitely worth checking out. I mean, it's a great B monster movie. Like, it just is. Other than that, I just saw some other like I said, catching up on Westworld and some other things. But what
King
we
Kong
do in the
versus Godzilla. There's a trailer out there.
yeah, so they didn't put a trailer out. I wanted to show you the pictures because I know you're a hater of all things. They released 2 pictures from the upcoming Godzilla versus King Kong. So the first one's Godzilla, and it's him swimming underwater, and the second one is King Kong. King Kong. But if you notice, the thing about Kong picture, if you look at it close, I didn't notice it till I put this together. He's wearing a collar. He's got a metal collar on.
Well, yeah, because if you have a giant ape, in certain states, you have to have them vaccinated.
That's true. Yeah, true. So I thought that was kind of neat. And the other thing someone mentioned I saw on one of the boards. The other thing I noticed on one of the boards is it looks like Tony McVeigh's his King Kong bust a little bit. And did you see Skull Island?
I did.
Did you hate it? Being the Kong person,
Okay, well, first of all, to me, it's not King Kong. Okay. King Kong is King Kong, and this was a giant ape movie that could have been Predator. It could have been anything else. Okay. It was watchable. I remember I stayed awake through the whole thing. I remember more from that than I did that Godzilla movie, that last Godzilla movie.
wait,
King
the
of
first
Monsters.
no,
The second one.
the second one? Okay.
Yeah, and the second one, visually, the Godzilla movie was cool. But,
Yeah.
again, another horrible story.
Yeah, but
I mean,
that's
what Godzilla is.
That's kind of Godzilla, right? I mean, yeah, the story's kind of dumb, but it's Godzilla.
Yeah, take that Trotch or Trock or Track or whatever.
We'll get to that. We'll get to
that. Okay. All right.
But I like Skull Island, so I'm kind of excited to see what they do with that. I like my King Kong old looking and like mangled, like a bit. Like that's when you remember when King Kong the pre-paints for the Peter Jackson movie came out.
Mm-hmm.
They looked different than what was in the movie. They looked old. Like you can go back and look at the production and those things, and they look completely different than the gorilla ape that was in the final film. And this reminds me more of that, kind of just your lonely old, kind of mean, angry.
I do like this ape better than the Jackson ape.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's not. Yeah, it's an ape, but it doesn't have the characteristics of a real ape.
Yeah.
Okay, which the original King Kong didn't look like a real ape.
Right,
Okay.
exactly. There was something different about it.
That 76 debacle didn't even look real. Okay, so
but and again, I think we talked about this before.
Here
Me
we
coming
go.
like as a kid, I was what year did that come out? 77?
76
77
or
or 76?
77. 76 or 70.
I was 3. So to me, that was like, oh my God, that looked real. But I was a kid. So
watch it again.
I have. I don't want to bring it up again, but I have to. The Beatles. And here's what I want to bring up. And this is going to torment you. You ready?
Go ahead.
Peter Jackson is directing a Beatles documentary.
Oh, great. Maybe he'll get that wrong too, just like you.
But did you see that World War I movie they did? I haven't seen it, but I want like the trailer, where they took all the old footage and colorized them and made like a story. Anyway, but no, it should be okay. I'd like to see that.
No, it shouldn't. It's Peter Jackson. Okay.
Peter, please come on the show as a guest and just beat this guy into the ground.
Yeah, whatever. And we'll talk about Meet the Feebles.
Dude, I'm not even. It's one of the best movies ever made. Honestly, please. To anyone who doesn't know what Meet the Feebles is, please watch that. All right, we've had enough movie talk.
Why we have the let's go back to music. Why we have the Beatles up? Just wondering, did you how was your feedback on that? You know, other than the Iron
I've been getting roasted pretty well.
Other than the Iron Maiden fans.
I've been getting roasted pretty well. And again, I don't think they're bad. I just don't. But someone else emailed me, actually texted it, because we were talking about Iron Maiden. Oh no. I gotta look it up. With all that music talk, while we were talking about it, we were talking about Iron Maiden and some other stuff. Someone, my friend Jim, messaged me a video of Christopher Lee's metal band that I had never seen before, called Charlemagne. I'll throw up a picture of the band. It's very Iron Maiden-y sounding, and everybody check it out. Charlemagne, Christopher Lee, metal. You can't go wrong. Really? You can't. So that's our music moment, our movie moment. Anything else?
I got one more music moment too.
Uh-oh.
And that is I know Jamie lost someone close to her that had given her some albums, and she mentioned how great it was that one of the albums she got was Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, which brings us back to the iconic piece of music that you'd never heard of before.
I have Pink Floyd stuff hanging in my house upstairs.
Has some taste in music. Okay. Jamie, turn it up. Jamie, at least you have taste in music. Okay.
She does. She has decent taste. Sometimes.
Yeah. Although the All in the Family record, I'd love to hear
I bought that for her.
Did you?
Yeah.
I went looking on eBay at that because I was like, what is that? And it turns out there were two of them.
Yeah,
so that's what's funny about it.
There were. I got that at we brought the store up before. I got it at the disc exchange. What is that?
Careful.
Yeah.
Don't say it wrong.
The disc exchange in Orleans.
The
I got it over there.
Yeah.
They sell vinyl, so I picked that up in there. That's where I found
skirt.
Anyway, all right, on to some kits.
Okay.
For our news and reviews. One of the ones I saw this week was from Kent Kidwell. I actually saw it last episode, but he only had videos of it. And it's his new Frankenstein's monster. And I thought it looked pretty cool. I think it's 1/5 scale. Pretty big. I like the textures in there. I like that it's a little rough. I think that works well with some of my painting style that I've been trying to work on a bit. A little rougher paint job and kind of texturing the paint a bit. But I think it's a pretty cool piece.
Well, and of course, me being the
and this is why I brought it to you, because I wanted you to tell me what's wrong with it.
So what I see in this is a lot of elements of different depending on the view you look at, it's definitely got a Karloff look. The forehead, the two clamps are just from the test makeup. Those were never in the movie.
Okay.
I think there's one or two stills that were from the test makeup.
Wait, really? I didn't.
But
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but when you look at it from the side, it almost kind of has like the brow is almost over exaggerated a little bit and almost has a Glenn Strange feel to it. So it's kind of like, to me, I look at it and go, yeah, it's definitely Karloff.
Yeah.
But and it's like you said, the rough textures of it, it's definitely got a cool feel.
Yeah, it does have a cool feel to it. So,
but it's kind of a mix of things, a little bit. But that's okay.
Yeah, I like people's own version on things sometimes. It turned out pretty well. And then I had this sitting on the computer, but when he had put this kit out before, I forgot to put it in the slideshow one time, so I figured this would be the best time. His Blackbeard the Pirate. And if you haven't checked that out, if you're into pirate stuff, but I mean, there's just a cool bunch of textures to play with on there too, in terms of painting and getting some things done. It's a cool piece. I like that base too. And
it kind of looks like Phil.
It does a little bit. So we also, another thing I saw is from Needful Things from Rob Rotundi, his upcoming Regan from Exorcist. And that's a pretty cool piece. Sculpted by, I got to pull up the
Well,
picture.
Zuppo.
Yep. And it's got the little Pazuzu demon face up above her head. I think that comes off and it has its own separate little thing too. Or you can build it without that piece, which I think I kind of like looking at that. I might want to use that as something else and just kind of do like the black background or something and keep her separate. But it's a really cool little bust. Rob puts out.
What do you think's going to go on the front? A movie poster?
Oh, it has.
Thing?
Yep. There's another picture. If you go down, it's got the movie poster that goes on the front, and on the back there's like a Ouija board that goes there. So
gotcha.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool piece.
I like the detail
really
on the back of the
yeah,
whatever, the demon or whatever. You know,
yep.
Again, another movie I've never seen. Sorry. Whatever.
Did you have something else from Rob?
Yes, I had.
And we did not plan this. We both ended up coming to the table with Rob Rotundi, Needful Things.
I'd seen that Rob is going to put out a Dr. Fives bust. That's kind of cool. Got some rats. And again, another movie I've never seen, but I know who it is. Obviously, it's Vincent Price. And
wow.
And then Rob also in his continuing Planet of the Apes line has done a Taylor bust and got a collar around his neck. And it's a good Heston likeness. I like it. Yeah. Where's your Messiah now, Moses? So
yeah, those are nice. How do you know what scale?
How those are big. Those are bigger than quarter, so maybe third. Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Those are bigger than yeah. So yeah. Got those two from Rob. So what else have you seen?
Real quick though, I've asked Rob to come on the show a couple times, and he keeps telling me no. I'm gonna keep begging him.
He's Rob. Camera shy.
Yeah, he is kind of camera shy. But you were camera shy when we started this. We'll see. Rob, come on the show. We'd love to talk to you.
We sure would.
Oh, yes, we would.
Rob has. I think I don't remember if we did it on WantaFest or not, but Rob has one of the best Wonderfest stories of all time. And if we could get him to tell it.
Yeah, and I didn't hear it till later, and I cry every time I hear it.
Well, I do too. It's great.
It's good. So we'll leave it for then. What else did I see? I saw the Tauntaun kit we talked about before from Stan Arts. He rekeyed the parts, retooled the parts so that they are keyed up, so that it builds a lot easier. And that's, I mean, you're a molder / caster. That's got to be an undertaking, right? And an expense.
I don't know what he did. If he had to remold the whole thing, if he was able to cut him out of his mold somehow.
Yeah, maybe.
That would be kind of tough though, because you'd have to key the male and the female.
Yeah.
End of it.
So more if he remolded that one part. I have to go back and look, but if you were interested in that Tauntaun, I really do like that Tauntaun kit. I'm just kind of low on money, and I like the dewback that he has too with the Stormtrooper.
Don't you have the dewback?
No, I have the one that I converted from a toy and the Screamin' Stormtrooper. Those are both really nice kits, and I think to have to go back and redo that, and to do that for your customers to make it a little easier, that's a pretty cool thing to do. So hats off to Stan Arts.
I have his Frankenstein bust. I'm sorry, the monster.
I'm learning you.
So I have his monster bust. That's really cool. It's really good, and I can vouch for this guy personally. I've sent him money, and this stuff's available on Etsy too. So I don't know if it's cheaper on Etsy, but if you get it from him on eBay, because he does sell on eBay, he loses that 10%, and it's like screw eBay. Buy it direct from him if you can.
Yeah, for sure. And for those of you who haven't, I've bought some kits off Etsy too. it's smooth. Like for people, if you're worried about doing stuff on Etsy to buy things from there, it couldn't be. I think you can even get gift cards for there. It is an easy process on there, in terms of setting up an account and getting things and shipping. And I think there is even like tracking that comes with it and stuff. So
Yep.
yeah, it's cool.
I'm new to it, but it's worked out.
Paul Connor shared a video this week of the upcoming Deja Thoris kit, which I've been seeing for a while now, and I really, 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 really like that piece. I'm not I like my girl kits. I don't like overly exaggerated girl kits where you see with like giant boobs stuck on this or giant boobs stuck on that. I like ones that look a little more natural, a little more normal, and not ridiculously like gratuitous nudity. And this is what this is supposed to kind of be. Like it's from the story, from the book, and it's done tastefully, and it's a very nice piece. And I
never read the book.
No, I have not. I've not read the book.
I read the first book. I have all 12. I read the first book. I enjoyed the movie.
I didn't mind it either, actually.
But yeah.
I don't know. I think it was just one of those things that just didn't catch on or something happened. But I didn't think it was that bad. But I think this is a really cool piece, and I can't wait to get one of those. I really, really like this. They do some cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Quarantine Studios does some good things. So we'll put a link up to them too as well.
If I could go back to the Dennett line there for a minute. John's been around a long time. Maybe we could get John to come on too. John's a super nice guy.
I think you're absolutely right.
And the Cratchit kit and the Marley kit, if you saw the Scrooge he did, it was perfect. It was just perfect.
Yeah, it's nice.
And these are good characters that all you really need is busts. You don't need full figures, you know.
Right.
And I know we had that conversation a long time ago, but it's got that Wizard of Oz set, and
the Wizard of that Scarecrow looks dead on. Like I've seen a couple that people have painted it, and it just looks just like the Scarecrow.
So yeah, John's a good guy. And
yeah, I definitely would like to have
product. And a Garage Kit veteran's been around longer than we have, probably.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
he also, I mean, he sculpted dungeons, like miniatures for Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, he did.
Yep. Yes, and then he did. If you watch the first season of Stranger Things, the Demigorgon miniature they're using, that's his. So we're talking like, yeah, I'd love. I have a list in my head of the 5 people I want to get on, and he's one of them. So. One of these days, I should share that list with you.
Yeah, being that I'm the one that lines up all the talent, that would be a great idea. Because you'll notice I didn't line up Terry and Dave, and you see where we're at right now. Okay. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. The next thing that I saw, and I have no idea what this movie is. It's Dr. Sin Scarecrow.
Yeah.
That's available through Creature Features.
That looks nice.
Of course, it's a Jeff Yeager sculpt. So pretty much one in every like 3 kits we show apparently has to be a Jeff Yeager sculpt. Yeah. You know, doing our job. But yeah, it's just a really nice kit.
Yep.
So I have no idea what the character is. I have no idea anything about it, but it's cool looking. I got to give it that. It's cool looking.
It is definitely cool looking. You know what? I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but I'll have to stop and look. But I don't want to say wrong things. But
yeah, that's all for the cool stuff I've seen.
Okay, one more thing that I saw, and then we'll get to some of the things you bought and some of the things I bought. I'm gonna slaughter this name. I'm not even. There's no way. I know I'm going to. I'm afraid to even try. Van der Muter Gert. Did I? Please, somebody.
Ask me.
Yeah, Van der Muter Gert. I saw this on a couple different Facebook groups. This was the Samara bust from Troy's Shadow Creations, and he just posted this past week. I thought he did a stand-up job on this thing. I love the hair, the way he greased it up, and the eyes on it are, it's perfect, I think. So just wanted to give him a shout out. I well done.
Remind me, I'll tell a quick story. So my aunt was from the Netherlands, and towards the end of her life, I would help her make out her Christmas cards. And I would have to read these names off to her out of her phone book. And she would say to me, "What's wrong with you? You sound like you're vomiting." Okay. When I was saying these names and stuff, she was a riot. But yeah, so when you butchered this name, that's what that reminded me.
Van der Mute good. Man.
Ooh,
Please email us and tell me the right way to say it, and I will fix it in the corrections next week or next episode. No, killer. That's a killer job on there. What'd you buy, Scott?
What did I buy? So let's start out here. I bought the Phantom and Christine Jaeger Classic, originally released by Exo Facto, and it's one that I hem-hawed around for a long time. There was even one of the last Wonderfest John was at. He had one of his last castings of it there. And I'm staring at it going, just buy it. Look at it. It's beautiful. And, I got a lot of crap when I posted this on the Jaeger Army because I said, I'm not a Phantom fan. And when I say that, it's just, I guess I meant it more as in kit form. There's only so much you could do with the Phantom of the Opera,
Yeah.
And we've showed buildups of this kit before. But, so I finally was able to get this from Jeff, and he autographed the bottom, and there it is. Now it's in the box downstairs with everything else.
I was just gonna say, how long was it out of the box before it went in the pile?
But I will say this: the castings were good, and the dress on the Christine, you have to see it to appreciate it. And the arms, the way the arms fit on, and there's like, if they're cuffs or if they're the shirt that's underneath or whatever, but the lacing detail that he sculpted into this is just, and that's why I've said many times, this is one of his best sculpts ever, if you ask me.
Cool.
So I picked that up.
What can you do with the Phantom besides organ?
Well, and that's the iconic thing. And a lot of people say, well, you need the organ.
Holding a cane.
And I can see having the organ in front of it, but you don't need the organ in front of it. It stands on its own. The organ's there.
Yeah. You're looking through it. Just think how much that would cost. Like, forget about it. Hey, modelers, model an organ, make an organ.
Some have.
That'd be cool.
Organ. Yeah. Jason will put it under his skirt. So, that's not going to go away. So,
hey, if I had pictures, I'd post it. I don't think I do.
So, next thing I bought, we were talking about Etsy, and I found this print on Etsy. And the guy's name is, hold on, I got the card here somewhere. Scott Jackson. Monster Man Graphic. It's www.monstermangraphic.com. But he also has an Etsy site. And, I guess he designs whatever, albums, CDs, DVD, website design, lots of stuff. But he has an Etsy, and I saw this on a King Kong group I'm on. And I don't know if you can see really well, but the Fay Ray likeness in this painting is really good. And so I got a print of this.
Well, I like that.
And if you look behind me.
It's up there. What'd that set you back?
There it is. $20. The frame costs more.
Yeah. Nice.
And these are 11 by 17. And I've also been getting, those of you that have been paying attention, because nobody really cares what I do, that picture's been changing the last few episodes. And I have a bunch of comic book covers that are like some of my favorite comic covers of all time. So there's another Etsy place that I discovered there. And those are also $20. And I'm buying the same frame from Amazon. So it's like $20 frame. But yeah, so now I have all these comic covers, and it takes a while to get because for some reason, well, they don't ship them priority. They ship them.
Are they making them? Are they printing them on demand?
Well, they are printing them.
Yeah.
Printing them is not the problem. So the first two I got from the other Etsy guy the first one came like quick. And then the post office started to get crazy. This is all they're sending them in as a tube.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is the other people I get from, and this gentleman as well. And you'll see if you follow the tracking, it gets stuck at certain centers for like a week and a half.
Yeah,
and then
I
all
got
of a sudden,
2 things right now stuck somewhere.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
all of a sudden it shows up. So, but yeah, I really like this print. I really like the painting, whatever it is. I
That
just
looks
liked
really. I like that a
I
lot.
liked it. And by the way,
Yeah.
that's what King Kong's supposed to look like. Okay, same.
That
And the
come
other
on,
thing,
that does not look that much different than Skull Island Kong.
Really?
It doesn't. It doesn't.
the other thing I picked up, and a friend of mine, what?
Nothing. I have a King Kong wall over there. I should take a picture of that. one of
Yeah,
these days.
please do.
Dude, I hate you. I hate you today.
So
He's ornery today, everyone.
yeah, whatever. Put your skirt on and beat me up. So so the other thing I picked up, and a friend of mine online turned me on to these. These are Mondo, and I don't know if they were posters originally or not.
They were.
'cause I'm
They were.
not familiar with it, but these are puzzles. And it says how big they are, but I can't blow that up to see. But they are $20 a piece, and I originally saw the creature one, and I said that's really cool. So
Yeah,
when I went to the
they've done-
website to buy that, Revenge of the Creature, then I saw they had these other 3, Dracula, the Wolfman, and Frankenstein. So I picked up all those. So I got them.
So are you gonna put them together and frame them, or just?
The creature one I might, because the creature one for sure is really nice. I like the Frankenstein one. I like them all, or I wouldn't have bought them.
So I collect. I have quite a few Mondo posters actually, and not a lot because they're super expensive and they go up in price really, really, really fast. The Universal Monster ones that have come out are really expensive right now. I mean, some of those are around like I've seen some Mondo posters go as much as like $800 at times.
Yeah,
and I can't. I've spent. I think the most I've spent was like $100 on something. But I've got a couple Godzilla ones, a couple Lord of the Ring ones. And you have to, for anyone wanting to get anything Mondo poster wise, you absolutely have to sign up for their mailing list. They will send out an announcement like the day before, and then you basically have to get in a waiting room online and sit there and keep hitting refresh, and hoping you get what you wanted to buy that day. I've had to do it a couple times, got 2 Godzilla posters out of it. Didn't get the exact ones I wanted, but it's tough. They're hard to get. And so they go up. I mean, there's tons of resellers that just instantly then go to eBay, which I'm surprised that those puzzles were available so easily.
I think they're still available, honestly.
Cool. And they do pins and they do records and they do lots of really cool movie stuff. And definitely check out Mondo. I think it's more people my age and younger kind of are more aware of it than some of the older modeler guys. Definitely check them out. There's some really cool stuff on there.
That Revenge of the Creature, that's one I may do the whole seal it and frame it thing.
Yeah,
or whatever. And
you should.
Because that was really nice. So
yeah, they're
a lot cheaper than the poster.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
So yeah, $20 for those. And the last thing I got, my stepdaughter got a puppy.
No. Why?
And
at your house?
No, hell no.
Okay.
Not yet. So anyway, it's been losing teeth. And I keep telling her, save me the teeth. And she goes, for what? I go, I'll incorporate them into a model sometime. So I have a bag of puppy teeth.
Can I have those?
Can I?
For my jars?
Your puppy teeth jars?
Dude, totally off topic. I knocked one of my jars over the other day and had a dead baby shark on the floor. It broke.
Oh my God. Yeah. At work or?
No, here at home.
Did it smell like really bad too?
No, because it's just alcohol. So it doesn't smell at all.
So did you re-jar it?
Yeah, I had to go get a new jar. I don't like the jar it's in now, though.
Okay.
I'll find one.
Bitch about the Christmas stuff, but you have dead shit in jars. Whatever.
I'm a prize, man. I'm a prize.
You sure are.
Some of the stuff I got this week. It was a miniature extravaganza again over here. The new edition of Blood Bowl came out, and that finally showed up. So if you don't know what Blood Bowl is, it's a board game of football, but played with orcs and trolls and humans and goblins and stuff. And so I have the whole new set with new teams. And then I bought extra teams. So I got a Tree Man kit, and I thought you'd like this one. I think it's my favorite team so far. This is the whole team. It's the Necromantic Horror Bowl team, Horror Blood Bowl. But two of the characters are like basically Frankenstein's monster. It's flesh golems and guys wearing pumpkins on their head, and two werewolves and some ghosts in there.
What's the name of that team again?
Necromantic Horror.
But they're making the Indians change their name. Okay.
Oh, we can't get into that.
No, I know we can't.
But yeah, Dire Chasm came out. Fantastic little miniatures for that too. So I've been building a lot again, putting magnets and stuff, and that kind of leads us into the workbench, Scott. Build anything? Yeah. Shame. I have. I'm still working on my AFM
I'm still looking. Hold on.
project. Nah, I'm skipping you because you didn't build anything. Sneak peek, Sloth from the Goonies, or some better light. So that's coming out. And again, I'm not using I used an airbrush for one little tiny thing, and everything is just hand brush. So there's his arm.
So what do you find is a good, because I noticed the little Superman logo in there. And I imagine brushing a yellow or a red is a pain in the ass.
Yes, it is. Actually, let me pop that light on. Can you see a little better now?
Back it up a little bit. There you go.
So the paint I was using is, I used kind of a combination. First company is from Creature Caster. They have a line of paints called Pro Acryl, but that's still a little thin. And then I just used the Citadel. This is a really, really good yellow that covers up really well. And same with Citadel's red. They have a red that will go over black, because I did prime it with black and white. I want to suggest this red to everybody, because I know red is a really tough color. Mephiston red. Come on. Anyway, you get the point. Mephiston red covers really, really well. And same with the base yellows over at, a lot of times I'll start with like a golden brown, like this brown, and then do a yellow over it. So like a yellow brown and then a yellow, to kind of do, because it is tough. But that I all hand painted. I didn't mask anything
brush
up.
strokes.
It is.
Brush strokes is
Yellow especially. So that's kind of what I'm doing though, is I paint and I've been doing a lot of glazing now. So I thin the paint down to where it's almost like, I mean, it's completely translucent. It's not like a wash. It's a little different. And it's just thin layers. Let it dry, instead of right out of the bottle. Which is kind of the thing I've been having a hard time with my last few articles for AFM, is I haven't been using an airbrush as much, and I've been doing more brush painting. And it's hard without video. You can go on YouTube and look up glazing, miniature paints and glazing techniques. And that's kind of what I've been doing. But it's really hard to demonstrate in still photos. So watching a video of someone do it is a lot easier than trying to figure it out on still pictures. Because I spent 3 hours painting this one arm last night of just little tiny layers and layers of different shadows and highlights. And for me, it works a lot better. And I'm also painting it, like, if you see the back end of that arm, it's really dark because that's going to be where the shadow is. I'm doing it more object source lighting stuff. So we'll see. That's what I've been working on. I got to get that done, and I don't think I will in time. But since Terry, was late for this, you can wait for mine. That's the workbench. I think that's all we got today, except for emails and corrections. You don't seem excited.
Can't wait.
We have emails and corrections, Scott.
All right.
Our first correction. I think this is maybe our second. And it's from Robert Trock. I'm really bad at names, as we found out this episode. So I've known Robert for a while, and I've always said Trotch, and that's not correct. So my apologies, Robert. It is Robert Trock. And he sent me a pretty long email, and I want to kind of hit on some things that were in there. How long have you known Robert?
Well, he's probably been going for years, and I just never met him.
One of those group things.
So I want to say it was about 4 or 5 years ago. The last 2 Wonderfests that John Tucky was at, when I was helping John at his table, Robert also was helping John. So that's how I met Robert and got to know him better.
He tricked 2 people into helping him?
Oh, yeah. The one year he had like 4 of us.
Oh my
but
God.
yeah, I have a great Robert Trock, whatever the hell he wants to be these days. Story.
It is Trock. I will defend him.
John had the kid all boxed up, ready to go, and they had to add pieces to a couple of them, and he had them shipped to me so that because his caster Mike Evans was running out of time, and it was easier for him to ship them to me, and me just drive them down there, and we'll put them in the boxes there. So he hands them to Robert, and he says, "Hey, put this in that box, right?" So here he hands him the box. And it's all sealed up. It's got the box art on it and everything, right? Trotch takes the box cutter and goes right down the box. I just said, "Open." I thought John was gonna have a cow, and I'm like, he's like, "Dude, why don't you just turn the box over and do it from the bottom?" And like, Robert just gets this look in his face, like, oh, I don't know, I'll never forget watching him take that box cutter and go right down the middle.
I can just see Tucky losing his mind over that.
Oh yeah. He was like, yeah. I don't know what Robert was thinking, and it was. But he loved Robert. I know he bought a ton of kits from John.
Which brings me to his email, because I think he kind of talks about that. Emails and corrections. Here we are. Sorry, it is Trock. First of all, I have to fight the losing battle of correcting the pronunciation of my last name. It's pronounced Trock, a rock with a T in front of it. So if anyone sees him on Facebook now, that's how you say it.
I'm going to call him T-Rock.
T-Rock.
Robert T-Rock.
Perfect. Okay, now to the rest
We're
of the...
We're going to get him on, by the way.
We are.
He's one of our get-on guests.
Which is in this email. I'll talk about that in a second. Okay, now on to the rest of this illuminating note. I just listened to the newest episode, and while I don't personally know Troy, not sure why, but I guess we never crossed paths for some reason, which again goes to that everyone kind of has their little group and you don't kind of mix for some reason. Hearing his story was fantastic. The stuff we all have to go through to arrive at this point in our lives. Anyway, the Beatles were and are an all-time great band, and they are influenced musicians from so many different kinds of bands. Just ask Ozzy, because he still loves them. The Wiggles are basically just another in an endless line of bands that were heavily influenced by them. Case closed. Case is closed. We're done now.
Case closed.
Yep. Wondering when you might actually show or talk about the history of Model Club. After all, that's the name of the channel, I think. Photos of the entries or mentioning the winners and losers, and maybe even talking about your personal favorites from the 3 competitions. I think you might have gone a little into why Model Club was started back in an early video, but I don't think there were any details about the entries themselves. You can even talk about Scott's entries. Is what he says. Yeah, Scott had no entries. I also thought about the question.
I wasn't even allowed there one year. So
that's true. Well, you banned yourself, actually.
I isolated myself.
You did isolate. So he has another paragraph. We'll stop there. So for people who don't know, Model Club came from a contest we were hosting at Wonderfest in the back room. And we did talk about this on an earlier episode. And it was when we were talking about announcing the next, that was the one that got canceled. And that's why we talked about it. So we haven't really done a history of the show. We showed some of Steve's buildups from Model Club. So I absolutely want to have Robert on. And I think we could have him on for that episode and do a little mini Model Club entry talk about thing as part of his episode. Because what we were doing, it was you put $50 in a pot, the most we ever got was what, 13 entries, something like
I
that.
think so. Yeah.
And so the winner took all the money outside of what it took to pay for the room. And which is where we run into the problem. We were spending $200 on the room at Wonderfest, and it was taking a lot out of what we were trying to do. And not to sound like I'm complaining about anything, but that's a lot of money to come out of the prize thing. We were offered sponsorships when I didn't want to do that. I wanted to keep it just the modelers. And we're still going to keep trying to do this contest. I've been holding off on announcing this year's for Wonderfest until we know kind of what's going on. But I definitely want to have a history of the Model Club contest on there and show everybody's entries. So yeah, Robert, yes, we're going to do that. I also thought about the question, where would the hobby be without Jeff Yeager? Because it's something that has never occurred to me. Possibly someone else might have stepped in to do their own thing, but that would be hard to imagine. But I do know I would have a lot less kits. As far as movies go, I've seen all the ones you guys have brought up, but Lost Boys is one I don't care for. I'm pretty meh on that one. If you suddenly came into a lot of money, say you hit Mega Millions, and you decided you would produce or your dream kit projects, either for yourself or sell so others could have them too. Regardless if they lost money or not, what would those projects be? I have a lot of them in my mind, but one I would do, speaking of the golden age of comics, is the entire Justice Society, either assembled around the meeting table a la the original cover of All-Star Comics #3, as an Alex Ross style gathering from one of his paintings. That's just one, mind you. Don't even get me started on the kaiju ones floating around in my head. Until next time, Robert Truck. Scott, do you have a dream? What would do you have? I think you kind of did your Kong, right? Is that your dream
Kong
one?
was one of them. There's about 3 different scenes from that movie I wouldn't mind doing, but every time I have a dream kit, somebody, it seems like somebody is starting to do them, so that's cool. We talked about Troy's doing that mummy scene.
Yeah.
Years ago. I always thought Frankenstein in the chair, the monster in the chair from the Bride of Frankenstein, and I know Rob Saloni did that. And I think Paul's going to reissue it with a smaller base because it was 28 pounds of resin.
Yeah.
It's an iconic scene, and so I like that. Off the top of my head, I don't even know. At this, I'd have to think about it.
Yeah, me too. We'll get back.
We did have the episode where we talked about things.
Right, I was going through those. There's some in there that I would like to do.
And for sure,
just going off his email, like his Justice Society.
Justice Society. Do you
How
know
many figures would that be? I kind of do.
Kind of do.
Because I got the Flash in there, and
they have the Golden Age Flash.
Oh,
is in there. So they're all Golden Age. So it's Golden Age.
Is the guy with the Ankh symbol in that one? What's his name? You know what I'm talking about? He wears like the Roman-looking helmet. What's his name? I'm bad at comics.
I will say this though. I like comic kits based on comics. So this would be cool.
How many figures total would that be?
At least, I think there's at least 6 of them. There's Batman, Superman, Dr. Fate.
That's what I'm thinking of, Dr. Fate with the Ankh.
I think Wonder Woman was part of it as well. The Golden Age Flash, the Golden Age Green Lantern. I could be wrong because I'm not.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big DC guy, but I think those are some of them. And it was like, DC was always confusing because they had different universe. They had Earth 1 and Earth 2, and for shit's sake, so.
Are you a DC or Marvel guy?
Oh, I was always a Marvel guy. As time went on, I accepted DC, and
I accepted them.
I accepted DC. But given a choice, I like the Marvel stuff better. But I can go back now and appreciate the DC. And in the 80s, DC had some really good stuff. New Teen Titans with Marv Wolfman and George Perez was a fantastic run of comics that I really liked a lot. So, yeah, it's the Dark Knight, of course, the Batman, the Dark Knight stuff that, of course, you didn't like. Why don't you go ahead and say that? Remember when I gave that to you to read and you said you didn't like it?
I didn't say that.
What did you say?
I said it was okay. I liked it.
It was okay.
It's good.
It's groundbreaking. So
I'm sure I'm taking your word for that. I thought it was well done. I had no problems with that. And I read it.
So a lot of comic book stuff would be cool. I mean, when I can sit here and say, to me, the Aurora Superman is still the best Superman kit that's out there. It's keep waiting.
It kind of is.
I keep waiting. There's a lot of Christopher Reeve Superman out there. And no disrespect to Christopher Reeve, and the movies were what they were at the time. They're a little silly, but they were what they were at the time. But I want to see a comic book looking Superman. The Horizon kit's good if you fix the hair on it.
So I had a client for a while that all I was doing, he would send me a Superman every 6 weeks. I would get a Superman kit to do. And God bless him. I loved it for the work. But I have painted probably every Superman kit. I can think of 2 that I haven't done. But he would have me take the Horizon. He would send me Horizon. He must have went around and bought every Horizon Superman kit and would just take the head and say, put this head on this body and turn it into a Superman. Like so many things. And I just got sick of painting red, yellow, and blue over and over and over. That's why when I'm doing this sloth kit, I was like, oh no, not another Superman. And a lot of them were like, I had to because he would have me convert other superheroes into Superman. So I would have to make a stencil and then free paint the S on the chest and and scale it right. I'm glad those days are over. I don't like painting for people anymore.
Yeah, I had Matt take a Horizon, the actual mullet haircut.
Yeah.
And I had him take the mullet off and resculpt the back. And,
okay. Yeah, it was a lot of stuff like that I was doing.
And I've made castings of it. I can't sell them.
No.
But there's a few of them out there. I give them away. If someone sees it and they want it, I cast one up and I give them to the people.
Yeah. Just
to make the kit better. But I wouldn't feel right making any money off of it or anything like that. It's just, it's a really, I don't even know if it's a gray area, but it's not an area I want to outwardly sell them.
No, you could. No. Yeah, I don't think that'd be right. We are very anti-recast here. And that would be kind of recasting, I think.
But, I do, like I said, if someone asks if someone ever made a replacement head, it's about 3 guys out there that I've shown it to, and they said, can I get a casting? And I'll make you a casting. And I've sent the castings out.
Yeah.
And they asked me, what do I owe you for them? And I'm like, no, I'm not taking any money for it because it's just, no. I don't look at it. What I'm doing is not taking money out of anyone's pocket because they've already bought the kit. Okay?
Right.
Just giving them an option.
Yeah, that's yeah.
So
cool. So that's the mailbag. And that brings us to the end of this episode of 12.
12. Okay.
So yeah, we have that giveaway for the Biolante. Anybody who wants to do that, send us an email to @modelclub. Or why do I keep saying that? Anyone who wants to give the
anybody that would like to receive the Biolante in our raffle, send an email to modelclubtv@gmail.com.
You're so much better than
the title of Biolante giveaway, and Jason will give you a number and we will have the drawing on the next episode and send that out to you.
Yeah, I think the deadline for that will be whenever I record the next episode.
There you go.
So because we don't know when that's happening, our goal is to have an episode between Christmas and New Year's. That's the goal. That might not happen though. So,
and for those of you that go on the Clubhouse, be sure to read Spike's reviews because they crack me up. He's on thin ice, but they crack me up.
Okay? No, they're the best. They are the best.
The Clubhouse was down for a week or so. They were switching servers, but they're back up. And so he posted his review from last week, and we like the support we're getting there from Trevor and him, and just there's random comments over there as well. So we like the support we're getting from everyone.
Yeah, thank you everybody. For us two like total jackasses to actually have made it to episode 12.
Yeah, and again, hit that thumbs up.
Yes, please. You got to say smash that like button like all the kids say.
Or that
and the subscribe
down for the two of you that decided to do that last time.
You know what? I'm going to start thumb down in it.
Hey, we know who you are.
I think we do. I think we do.
But no, everyone is entitled. Hey, if you don't like what we're doing, let us know that too.
We're okay with it's eating him up. Those 2 thumbs down.
It's not eating.
I know. Oh, I have one other nuts and bolts.
Great.
So
I was just ready to sign off.
You see everybody? No, this is a future of the podcast kind of thing. YouTube is changing the way they monetize videos. So our goal is to stay with YouTube for as long as we can. We'll stay on there probably forever, but they may be putting ads in front of our podcast without us making money off of it. So if that happens, I'll still put them on YouTube, but I also started a Rumble channel. They automatically from the beginning, they don't have the same requirements that YouTube does in terms of viewers and all that stuff. So if people are going to make money off of us, I want to make money. So I'll probably upload stuff on Rumble first and then over to YouTube, and then people can kind of watch where it is. But I don't like that. I don't know. I don't like them making money off us without having a say so. So I want to see how that affects us in the future. It might not. They might not put any of those commercials in front of us, or even like commercials during. Like if they start doing that, it's not gonna be fun. So that's where we are. Anyway, anything else you want to add, Scott?
Anything else I want to have? No, everyone stay safe. Have a happy holiday.
Whatever happy holidays
you, observe. And
winter solstice is Monday. That's my holiday.
Yeah. Are you going to look for the what is it? Jupiter and Saturn?
Yep. Same day.
So
coming up.
Yeah, I saw. I was looking in the southwest sky last week, and you could see them getting like closer there.
Cool.
Like, closer. So
yeah. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Christmas. Happy
Merry Christmas.
Solstice, like for people like me. And we'll see you next time. Episode 13.
Maybe we should skip 13, like the elevators, and go to 14, and then everyone would ask, "Where's episode 13?"
Oh no, we got to do a 13.
So,
all right, everybody, have a great holiday. We'll talk to you.